Now, I am so excited about this because I get so tired. You know, my son goes to church last night and he says, he goes to their little youth thing they do, and he says, "Oh, Mom, it was bad." And I said, "What do you mean it was bad?" He's like, "It was on 1 Corinthians, all about love everybody, turn the other cheek, never fight back, peace, love, no war." And he said, and I said, "Never forget, there is scripture that counters that." Well, now there's a dating site too, a dating app. It's all the rage. It's called HATER. And instead of matching people up based on similar interests, it matches people up based on the things they hate. And I'm thinking, if I were single, it'd be a good place to start. What do you think?
Yes, I completely agree. I think it's brilliant. People bond over things that they hate. I know personally, if I meet someone who has a similar interest, I'm like, awesome, that's cool. You know, I'm intrigued. But if I find out something that they hate and we share that in common, I mean, there's a conversation that has to be had and things, you know, start just rolling. So I think this is a great idea. With this app, though, you will either swipe to indicate if you love, like, dislike, or hate something. So it's not all about hate, but they do kind of profile, like make your profile with what you do hate, and then pair you up with someone who kind of shares the same things. And it's coming out on February 8th, just in time for Valentine's Day.
How romantic.
So perfect.
And we're adjusting just a little bit. Producer Jason's all upset because he thinks we're both haters now. But let me say this. I did my PhD on the topic of what makes relationships last through the lifespan. And you know that having something important that you're both fighting for, which usually means confrontation of some sort of enemy force, is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. We use the word hate to encapsulate a lot. Anyway, we move on. Actor Matthew McConaughey is trending today, and he was asked about the Hollywood elite and Donald Trump. Here's what he said.
It's time that maybe Hollywood and the cultural elite of America gave this guy a break.
Well, they don't have a choice now. He's our president. And it's very dynamic and as divisive of an inauguration in time that we've ever had. At the same time, it's time for us to embrace, shake hands with this fact, and be constructive with him over the next 4 years. So, no matter how much you even disagreed along the way, it's time to think about how constructive can you be, because he's our president for the next 4 years, at least, President of the United States.
Key words, Elly Maye, we have no choice now. Sit down, shut up, and take the medicine, right? Because they had their chance, but they don't seem to get that. He could give some good advice to the DNC, could he not?
Yeah, he's being totally reasonable. Not only him, but, you know, Nicole Kidman recently came out and said similar things. Even Morgan Freeman has said things recently saying he has hope in this president, that he's going to be, you know, a good president. And he's specifically saying that it's time to think about how we can be constructive. And I think that's what our country has always been about, is kind of being constructive and productive with each other on both sides of the aisle. But the left has gotten so radical and has moved so far away that it's kind of hard to do that now. It's kind of hard to be reasonable with them. So I hope celebrities like Matthew and Nicole Kidman and all of them will help influence these crazy people to calm down and, like, let's work together. We can disagree and work together.
Oh, can we, though? Sarah Silverman did the opposite of what Matthew McConaughey suggested. She tweeted, "Wake up and join the resistance. Once the military is with us, fascists get overthrown. Mad King and his handlers go bye-bye." There was another director who called Trump supporters Nazi and said that they should bomb them. So it's not very democratic when militaries overthrow elected leaders. Does she need a history lesson?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, she's crazy. And I get that she thinks she's a comedian, but I am definitely laughing at her, especially when you were reading that. It was just cracking me up. You know, it's just interesting that a radical leftist suddenly wants to be on the side of the military when she thinks they will benefit her. And when you don't win and you want to force a rule change and force a change of leadership, that is total, like, tyrannical behavior. Like, she's crazy. So I think, and not to mention, she did tweet this during the violent protests that were going on at Berkeley. So, I mean, what message does that send? I mean, you're saying it's okay to be violent when you don't get your way. We're going to be fine, guys. Everyone needs to calm down.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, it's Groundhog Day. And that's trending every year on February 2nd, Elly Maye. Crowds gather at Gobbler's Knob in, I'm going to try this now, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Don't ever write anything phonetically in my prompter for me, Jason, thanks. To watch Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog, emerge. And if he sees the shadow, we have 6 more weeks of winter. Let's see what he predicted today.
It's mighty cold weather you've been braving. Is it winter or is it summer you're craving? Since we've been up all night and starting to toddle, I, Punxsy Phil, shall not dawdle. My faithful followers, I clearly see a perfect, clear shadow of me. 6 more weeks of winter, it shall be. He has spoken.
It's nice to see people holding signs without spraying people with mace or breaking windows, isn't it, Elly Maye?
Amen. Amen. Yes. Jeez. Oh my gosh, I've never seen that little ceremony until just now, and I just think it's so cute and funny. But he did see his shadow, so I guess there's going to be more winter. But meteorologists do say he's wrong because spring is already coming early all over in the South. So he has seen, since this has started, this groundhog has seen his shadow 102 times, I believe, and only 17 times did he not see his shadow. So, boy.
There you go. All right, Whole Foods trending today. Elly Maye, their store in New York City added a produce butcher. Yes, you heard me correctly. He chops, dices, and minces according to your preference. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea, but people obviously are ripping it because they think it's because people are lazy, but I think people are busy, and I hope this expands, and, you know, I want to try it myself.
You don't have time to cut your vegetables when you're tweeting all day long. Thanks for being with us, Elly Maye. Up next.